Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to a story where the gentlest things can sometimes hurt the most. In a small village, veiled in early morning mist, there once lived a girl who believed that sincerity alone could bring peace. Her name was Tuna, a girl whose smile could dissolve the worries of the day and whose gentle eyes made others want to protect her. But life is never kind to the kind-hearted. Somewhere else, in a brightly lit apartment in the city, Ma was staring down at the world with eyes as cold as glass. She had once been a friend, someone close to Alex. But now, Ma no longer loved. She only wanted to possess. And to keep what she wanted, she was willing to crush anyone who dared to step into his light. So stay tuned. The story begins now. The afternoon sky was heavy with rain. Ma sat in her usual coffee shop, turning an old piece of paper over and over in her hands, something she had just gotten from an acquaintance in the village office. It was a copy of a loan application, written by Tuna's mother. Messy handwriting, a faded stamp. The amount was small, nothing to city people, but in a small village, it was enough to start whispers. They borrowed money. Must be having a hard time. Ma's eyes stopped at the last line, humbly asking for help due to difficult circumstances. Her lips curved slightly. A cold thought drifted through her mind, like a draft of wind. A little debt, a little pity. That's all it takes for people to start doubting. That night, she cut and rearranged the paper, changed a few lines, and added a fake red stamp she got from a local print shop. Carefully, she folded it and slipped it into a pale yellow envelope. No signature. Just one sentence written in black ink. Silence is safety. The next morning, the mailman left the envelope at Tuna's doorstep. She opened it. It saw her mother's name on the document and read the short sentence. Her blood seemed to freeze. Her heart raced, her hands went cold. She knew someone knew too much. The paper slipped from her fingers. The wind outside the porch sounded like someone quietly laughing. All that day, Tuna stayed silent. She didn't go to the workshop. She didn't answer Alex's calls. Around the village, the whispers spread as if gossip had a scent of its own. She must be in trouble, they said. Borrowing government money and hanging around that city guy. Doesn't sound clean. By late afternoon, Tuna stopped by the market to buy rice. Ma appeared behind her, wearing a white coat and dark sunglasses. She walked up, her voice soft as mist. You look tired. Something wrong. Tuna turned to her, tried to speak, but her throat tightened. Ma smiled faintly and placed another envelope on the counter. You can keep everything quiet, as long as you stay away from him. Tuna froze. Are you threatening me? No, Ma said calmly. I am helping you choose the path with less pain. People here believe papers more than words. And you know what they'll say when they see that document. Then she walked away, leaving behind the faint chill of her perfume. Tuna stood still, her chest aching. She didn't cry. It was as if she'd already run out of tears. That night, she sat at her table under the flickering oil lamp. The forged document lay in front of her. In the dim light, The fake red stamp looked like an open wound. She wanted to burn it to forget, but her trembling hands couldn't. Alex called. His voice was warm. Are you okay? I haven't seen you all day. I'm fine, just a little tired. Tuna, don't lie to me. Did something happen? She was silent for a long moment, then said quietly, Do you trust me? Of course. Then don't ask anything else. She hung up. Outside, the rain began to fall. A few days later, the rumors grew louder. Someone in the village said they'd seen Tuna's mother's loan papers being passed around. Another claimed the family had faked documents to get government aid. No one knew where it started, but everyone knew. Mai, the woman who once worked in the city, who knew the law and knew people. Alex began to doubt. He found Mai at a cafe by the river. Mai, was this your doing? She shrugged. I don't know what you're talking about. What could you possibly gain from this? She looked at him, the smile no longer soft. I did what everyone does. I protected what's mine. You were never mine. The words froze the air between them. Mai turned away, eyes glistening, but her voice stayed cold. Then maybe now you'll understand what it feels like to lose something you thought would last forever. That night, Mai sat alone at home, staring at the remaining envelopes on her desk. Under the light, the forged papers shimmered like warped mirrors. She let out a faint laugh, one that no longer knew the difference between victory and despair. Outside, the rain kept falling, tapping a slow, lonely rhythm, as if it were playing a sad song she herself had written. Dusk settled over the city. After the rain, everything looked clean again. Everything except the human heart. Mai unlocked the door to her apartment and stepped inside. The familiar smell of food, sour soup, braised fish, and fresh rice filled the air. Lan sat at the dinner table, her hair neatly tied back. Her gaze soft, but sharp enough to cut. You're home, she said gently. You look pleased today. Mai sat down, took off her earrings, and set them beside her bowl. The warm light cast a tired glow across her beautiful face. After a moment, she spoke, her voice low but firm. I won't let Alex be with that woman. Lan set her chopsticks down and smiled. That woman. Oh, the village girl. Tuna, right? Mai nodded. I've done enough to make people see her differently. A few rumors, a few papers sometimes, that's all it takes to ruin someone's life. Lan's smile deepened, a mix of pride and cruelty. Good. But remember, whatever you do, do it clean. People aren't afraid of sin, Mai. They're only afraid of getting caught. Mai looked at her mother, her eyes glinting with both regret and hunger. It's not just about him anymore, Mom. That company, it should be mine. I've stood by him for 3 years, worked, endured, and now he's giving everything to some girl who knows nothing but how to smile. Lan picked up a piece of fish, dipped it in sauce, and spoke slowly. You're right. Men blinded by sympathy can't see what truly matters. If Alex stays with her, you'll lose everything. I won't let that happen. Mai said, her voice rough. That company will be mine. Mom, it has to be. Silence hung for a beat. Then Lan let out a small laugh, soft but sharp, echoing faintly in the kitchen, like the sound of metal scraping against metal. "Does anyone know what you've done?" "No. Everything's clean." "Good. Do you need my help?" Mai looked up. There was something in her mother's eyes, hard cold, like glass. She pressed her lips together and shook her head. "Not yet, Mom. I want to do this myself. I want him to see me not as the woman he left behind, but as the one who wins." Lan nodded, calmly spooning more vegetables into her bowl. Her voice was soft, almost tender. "Then do it. But if you fall, don't make me pick you up in front of everyone. I don't like seeing my daughter cry, especially over a man." Mai lowered her head and smiled faintly. Outside the window, the city lights flickered on. Their reflections danced across the glass on one side, Mai's face, on the other lawns. Two faces strikingly alike, divided only by time, one still learning to love, through hate the other long practiced at living with it. The faint clink of a spoon against a bowl broke the quiet, a sound that could have been mistaken for the rhythm of a plan already in motion. And under the warm yellow light, that family dinner no longer tasted of food, only of cold calculation and the bitter scent of a love slowly dying inside Mai's heart. Rain started to fall just as Alex reached the gate of the farm. The dirt road was soaked, his tires leaving deep tracks in the mud. He turned off the engine, stepped out, and called softly Tuna. No answer. Only the wind moving through the trees and the sound of rain tapping gently on the roof. The front door was slightly open. Through the gap, he saw her sitting by the window, back turned, her wet hair clinging to her shoulders. "Tuna, I came to..." She didn't turn around. Her voice was quiet, almost lost in the rain. "Go home, Alex. I don't want to see anyone right now." He stood there frozen, his heart tightening. Every word he had wanted to say, "I trust you. I'll protect you. I won't let anyone hurt you," suddenly felt meaningless. In that moment, he understood. She wasn't angry with him. She was just tired. Tired of having to prove herself when she'd done nothing wrong. Tired of kindness being questioned and love turning into something shameful in the eyes of others. Alex lowered his head. He left his umbrella on the porch and turned to go. Each step on the wet ground felt heavier than the last. By the time he reached the gate, the rain had stopped. But inside him, the storm had only begun. On the drive home, he didn't play music. He didn't even turn on the headlights. A flash of lightning lit up his reflection in the rearview mirror, pale, soaked, and full of guilt. He wondered if someone stole her trust. Could he ever give it back? There was no answer. When he finally pulled up to his house, Alex almost ran inside. He took the stairs 2 at a time, ignoring his mother, calling from below. The door slammed shut. He punched the wall, breathing hard. Damn it! Why does she have to go through this? The words came out half as anger, half as pain. Silence followed, broken only by the sound of rain against the window. He slid down to the floor, his hands clutching his head. In his mind, he saw her again, sitting by the window. Small shoulders, trembling eyes, lost like someone who just dropped her whole world. Alex closed his eyes and whispered like a promise to himself, "I won't let them hurt you again." Lightning flashed outside, lighting up his face, tired, drenched, but no longer hopeless. Only determination remained and a quiet pain slowly hardening into strength.